Hello and welcome to Ditch Witch Diaries. We are on to our next topic in banishing, and let me share the screen. This one is naming as a type of banishing. And this is pretty we'll go through this as quick as I can get through this. There's quite a few slides on this because it got way more interesting than I thought it would. When I first
Hmm.
thought of this, I don't know that I really thought that it was going to be this deep, and it ended up being a lot deeper for me than I suspected. So, we're talking about naming not just like labeling, okay? But as like a creative act that can reveal and therefore banish, okay? It can reduce and therefore disarm. It can displace and therefore exile. It can reframe and therefore unmake. Okay? So, the first type is the type that has to do with what we're doing, like myth and magic, like the power of naming. Okay. And this picture is kind of cool. It's like,
I know what's on the right over there. Is that a dog or something?
yeah, it looks like it's like, it looks like, what's it called? Collage.
Oh yeah.
So, so in many magical traditions, knowing the true name of a thing, like you hold power over a thing when you know its true name. And this is even true in like religious traditions. Like naming allows for control. So once you name a spirit or a demon, you can gain the power to command or dismiss it. Exorcism, like this was seen in like The Exorcist, right? They
Hmm.
like trying to once you name the entity, and it's seen in Christian rites, Mesopotamian magic, elsewhere. And revelation leading to banishment. When something hidden is named, it loses its power over something else. So to name something in magic or myth is to unveil it, to unmask it, and to dispel it. So, but also there's other ways that this can work magic within us. So, like naming in psychological and trauma work. So, banishing the unspeakable. Okay. I love this. Okay. So, in therapy, like being able to name a feeling often, like that's like the first step to like when I feel sad or upset, like when I can say out loud I am angry, like I almost feel it, like its grip untightens inside me. Like when I can finally say I am so sad about this and this, the same thing, it's like amazing, it's magic. Okay. So when you bring the unspeakable to light, it strips it of its power. Okay. And even like naming an abuser or naming that abuse happens, it makes some like existential dread into something external. And like, this is just a person. This is just, like you can deal with this now. You can like, there's a lot of secrecy that goes into abuse. In fact, it's a huge part of keeping abuse going is secrecy. And so being able to speak the name of the abuse and to name it is so powerful at being able to banish it. So once named, the trauma can be like through shadow work, we can reintegrate it, or it can be cast out completely. So it's like psychic exorcism, right? You can transform chaos into order and you can make things you can process things finally. So linguistic and ritual reframing. So naming to dissolve power. So in some spiritual traditions, you name something to see through it. And it kind of goes along with that idea of being able to say it. So, like, it's like Buddhism. This is craving. This is anger. It helps it pass. It's just like what I said. Also, in secular mindfulness, like, name it to tame it, reflect. It's like how it breaks the identification with an experience. And just being able to see through illusions when you can finally speak it, it's like you have asserted it into the universe, that thing. And I would also say, even with magic, going back to magic, is that like it's a whole thing about manifesting. is being able to speak the energy into the universe, like for good or bad. Like, and we're going to see this like with one of the, because I put some characters that kind of talk about this, but this I love. Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Social and political realms, naming as exposure and disempowerment. Okay. So there is political power in naming things. Okay. Calling out things that are wrong, naming injustices, naming perpetrators. Okay. You need to destabilize their influence. Think about how many people have been fired because it was found out that they were doing wretched, horrible things, especially the
Mm-hmm.
women.
Mm-hmm.
Deplatforming, publicly naming a harmful ideology or actor can lead to social exclusion. So let's just hope that that happens with the Epstein files. I'm just going to say it.
Mm.
You know, let's just hope that when those Epstein files comes out, I mean, we know though. So we just it's like we don't
Yeah.
want to speak it. We don't want to speak that there are pictures of Epstein who like is a pedophile arm in arm with Donald Trump. Many. Okay, there are many.
Many. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying it, putting it to naming it. People don't want to
Mm-hmm.
say it. They don't want to speak that out loud. And so you see,
Yeah.
finally, people are saying it. They're putting billboards up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, category shift, naming someone as oppressor, criminal, or obsolete can take away their power, right? So, language can become social magic. To name someone as no longer acceptable, we can banish that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I love these the literature and pop culture references. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Rumplestiltskin, Voldemort. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He who must not be named. And there's this idea that you call it towards you, but also that you banish it. Like Dumbledore says, fear of a name increases fear of the thing itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Earthsea series by Ursula Le Guin talks about that. The Tempest by William Shakespeare. So Prospero's magic is rooted in names, words, and language. So that's a type of thing too. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
look who's back.
Nice.
I know. So also,
Mm-hmm.
again, we see this as being able to not only bring it, but banish it, like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times and he's appears, but you say it 3 times again and he's banished.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like I love this. It functions as a summoning and a banishing spell based entirely on verbal repetition. The Sandman, Neil Gaiman. Spirited Away has ideas about naming things and banishing it. And The
Mm-hmm.
Exorcist. So the priest demands the demon's name during exorcism. Knowing its name is part of what gives him the power to expel. So, okay, so like it seemed like much deeper and more interesting than I thought. Like I just thought it was Rumpelstiltskin. That was like my one thing. Like we're gonna say the name and he's gonna disappear if we can get
Yeah.
him to say his own name or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, Mixel,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I think that when we name something, it makes it less slippery, for lack of a better term. Like it's something, it's less like mystical. And so like when we name it, we have a reference now and we can like talk about it. And I think that that holds a lot of power.
It does. I think
Yeah.
naming can have both power to bring it and power to push it away. Because I think that like it's like naming like something horrible and is had like I loved the part about being able to name the abuser, being
Mm-hmm.
able to say, speak the unspeakable, or to
Mm-hmm.
finally say that this horrible thing has happened, or this person has done this horrible thing who's been living on this pedestal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the power to like get rid of that person, to like, and that's probably like my favorite part of the banishing and that idea that you can like ban it. You can like legit banish people, places, and things by speaking them and speaking that out loud. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
so anyway, the power of naming and banishment. Use it. Thank you for joining us at this episode of Ditch Witch Diaries. We'll see you next time.